Hello, my name is Rick from Fort Reports. Let's get to know this app. We'll open the icon. Here we are. We can see that on the upper portion we've got three buttons: Setup, Report, and Preview. Setting up is for two items, actually: setting up a new report or setting up your user function. Here, this is where you can see how many credits you have. This is where you can add your logo, add your legal terms and conditions, and all of these items will be attached to every single report. Scrolling back to the report section, we can add a new report. So I'm going to press this new button on the upper left. We're going to type in 123 test Avenue. Excellent. From the paperclip, I'm going to choose one of the photographs from my library. Excellent. Lovely house. I'm going to add an email. My email, rick@fortreports.com. Excellent. Save. We've set up a report essentially. We can have the client sign their name after they've read our legal terms and conditions. We can have the buyer sign his name. And that will be attached at the bottom of each and every report. Fantastic. Now we'll go into the report section. This is where the meat, and this is where where you build your report. So let's start with the sloped roof. This particular roof happens to be metal. We'll say that it's on the northeast quadrant. We'll go with the third floor. The life expectancy is under 3 years of age. We can say that it's nearing the end of its natural life expectancy. It's poor installation practices. Shrinkage showing cracking, clawing, or curling. That doesn't really apply with metal, so we can say repairs required to avoid leaking. Evaluate further and repair. Great. Now, as you're building the report, you'll notice the preview section. You can toggle back and forth and see, is this looking or saying the way you wish it to appear? Yes, it is. Fantastic. I can add some photographs. The camera icon is on the upper right. Simply press that. Opens the camera function. There's a lovely roof. That looks like it's metal. Press that camera function. We'll use the photo. Now we can also save this photograph to a roll. A roll is created on your iPad, and the roll will be named the address of the report that you're working on. So for those of you that like to take 100, 150 photographs, but only use 30 pictures in the report, no problem at all. So you can save this to the roll, and you can use it in the report or not use them in the report. In this case, we're just simply using them for the report. I'm going to hit the draw function. The draw function is really cool. All you have to do is take your finger, start drawing on the picture. That's the problem area. Let's save that. I'm going to press the camera function once again because we're going to take another picture. Use this photo. We're going to take a third picture. Let's say there's an issue here at one of the gargoyles. Great. Now, I'm going to draw on that. Say there's a problem here. Save this. Toggle to the next photograph. Say there's a problem there. Switch back and forth. Yep, those are the pictures I want. Let's go back to the preview. Let's see how it's starting to shape up. There it is. Not too bad. Excellent. Now, you know what? That is one roof. Now, notice how when I leave the sloped roof section, if I press anywhere here on the dormer, the camera icon shows up. I've designed this in a way because I, too, came from pen and paper, where for me it's ink on the paper. So if you see that there's a check mark and a camera icon, clearly you've got information here. That's great. I'm going to add a second roof. The edit button on the lower right brings up all these big plus signs. What's going on here? Now that edit button, what we can do is we can add different categories. In this case, I'm going to press that plus sign, which adds another sloped roof too. At the same time, I can add new items or edit the comments over on this side. If I want to edit concrete and clay tiles, I can do it right now. I can say concrete and clay tile. Save that. The S is gone. Now it's concrete and clay tile if I so desire. Let's go back to that sloped roof. Now in this case, we're going to say that this is a concrete and clay tile roof. We can say that it's on the south side, but this time it's only on the first level. Getting into the details, we can say that, you know what, it's in relatively good shape. Again, take another photograph. Down here, we've got clay tiles. Great. So, because they're in good shape, you can even just put a check mark. Fantastic. In this case, I'd like to add a separate note. Sometimes for those of you out there may not like the comments of weaving together. That's great. You can add and edit. You can delete my comments, delete those right out of that report, and you can certainly add your own comments from the top, add your own item. Add a new selection, which is that big green plus at the very top middle. Add your new item. In this case, I'm going to add a specific note, which is only going to be for this report. I'm going to choose that pencil case on the upper right, and I'm going to go to Siri. The clay tiles are in very good shape. Save. Voice activation. How cool is that? Let's get rid of all this edit functioning. Go into the preview report. Fantastic. The clay tiles are in very good shape. When we're finished the report, we simply upload. In this case, it'll scroll through quickly. There's not a lot of material. We can preview the report just as it's going to look as we send to the client. Nice house. I'm not so sure I'd be buying this one. We've got a fact sheet. We've got our information. Here's our terms and conditions. And there are the signatures at the bottom of the report. Pretty good looking report. Scroll back. You'll notice that the email came from the front. Any email you add when you're creating the new report will quickly settle here into the preview section. Send the email. Emails have been sent. Great. We can also send a PDF, and that's it. That's pretty much the report. You can set up. Here we go. We've got this for future reference. The test is at the bottom. No problem. Thanks for stopping by. It's Rick from Fort Reports. Drop us a line, send us an email, give us a telephone call. We'd like to answer any of your questions, and we're always here to help.